This one goes out to my main man, Scott Derrickson.
Hello, Adam Ryan Donato.
Welcome back to another hard review, except we are not reviewing anything, except I guess you could say we're reviewing the worst movies of the year. That's right, it's my bottom 10 list of the year. Sorry, people on Twitter who are like, oh, it's rude to make a bottom 10 list. These guys are professionals and they make art and sometimes it's hard and they have like restrictions on them and stuff and it's not their fault. You shouldn't be mean to art, it's bullying. Well, sorry, I'm doing this video. I love the Razzies. Stuff like this is fun. I see 150 plus movies a year. I'm allowed to decide what I didn't like that really bothered me. And if you want to defend one of these movies, that's a-okay. Keep in mind, this isn't my opinion. This is the objective, correct list of movies that are bad and the worst ones from this year. So if you like them, you're wrong and you're stupid and you're ugly. And I'm a genius and I hated these because I have better taste. So let's get right into it. Starting out with number 10, we had arguably the worst MCU movie to date. We have, sorry sexist, it's not the one you're thinking of, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. This movie blows. I remember watching it and I left the theater, or I was sitting in the theater during the credits and my buddy was like, I actually kind of enjoyed that. And I was like, no, it was not good. Do not appreciate this movie. Do not enjoy it. I think I gave it like 2 stars when I first watched it, but I think I'm down to 1. It is kind of bad. Like, it is really bad. And especially since a lot of the reasons why people defended it was they were like, oh, well, Jonathan Majors really good. Lay the groundwork for the next big Thanos, because Jonathan Majors is going to be the next big Thanos. And now that he's like totally like canceled, now it's like, haha, because he sucks in this too. I really didn't even like him in Loki. I hate the Wasp. I hate Evangeline Lilly. I hate the daughter of the Ant-Man, the character. I don't like her at all. Michael Douglas is the only person who understands exactly what movie he's in because he's just not taking it seriously at all. I hate that these movies are called Ant-Man, like they're Ant-Man movies, but Ant-Man is like such an unimportant character in them. Like, he never really has an arc or anything like that. He's just such a bystander in his own fucking movies. I don't understand Michelle Pfeiffer's character in this movie, so we're doing tests at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp to try to get to the quantum realm, but now that we're here, she's like, well, we can't be here because bad stuff is here. It just really is showing the chinks in the armor, how they're really not planning things out. It's really cringe. My favorite part is just a bad part of the movie. It's MODOK. He's disgusting, and I love how disgusting he is. It's a bad movie. It's not even the worst MCU movie to me, if I'm being honest, but it is bad. It's really, really bad and also dumb. Coming in at number 9, we have another big blockbuster, because I always try to prioritize the big blockbusters on this list, because I watch a lot of like straight to Walmart DVD on demand like shit, but I don't feel like those deserve, because I expect much less from those than I expect from like a big like MCU movie, you know? Or even like a Five Nights at Freddy's. I was pissed in the theater watching this movie. I was so upset. I just knew it wasn't for me. I went in kind of excited because I like animatronics and I like Willys Wonderland. I thought it was a fun idea for a horror movie, and I know there's a big fan base for it. And people keep talking about the lore, and the lore sucked, man. This movie was a bummer. It should be a fun, smash 'em up, Gremlins type beat, like horror movie, and it was just sad. We're like bummed about our dead brother or his kidnapped brother. Nothing made very much sense at all in this movie. Like, we're friends with the Five Nights at Freddy's guys. This was bad and lame and dumb, and people are clapping because YouTubers showed up. Fuck this movie, man. I can't wait for the sequel. I think they should do a ride at Universal Studios for Five Nights at Freddy's. That would be infinitely better. Do a Halloween Horror Nights for Five Nights at Freddy's. That would be infinitely better. You could totally do a sequel where it's like a musical, because a big part of this franchise, it seems, as an outsider, they have a lot of like electronic music type stuff, like creepy like stuff that they play, and I think that that would be a fun way to attack something like this. Definitely not make a whole entire movie based off a game where you're looking through a security cameras and just not include very much security camera footage at all. This should have been 90 minutes. Watch Willys Wonderland. It's the same thing, but it's infinitely better. Number 8, we have a movie that I stumbled across, I think on Amazon Prime. I think it's a Prime original, and it's called Totally Killer. This movie stinks. Actually, this is one of the few movies on this list I didn't record a video about. But Totally Killer, it's kind of like a horror version of Back to the Future, because we have our main girl. There's this whole lore about like the killer in their town who killed a bunch of girls her age. She accidentally time travels, and now she has to help her mom and her friends to like try to avoid the killings and whatnot. The most annoying thing about this movie, besides how derivative it is, it's trying to go for that like Happy Death Day like type of tone. It was trying to be like woke. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not like, don't worry guys, I'm not Republican. Trust me, with this list you'll tell that I'm not Republican. But like, she would be like, whoa, you can't do that. You would be canceled in 2023. It's like, oh, I'm sorry that people who lived 40 years ago don't have the same morals and social, like, societal norms as you. They just kept hitting that joke. It's like, oh, that's kind of rape. Oh, that's homophobic. She's not wrong. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's so desperate to prove that it's, like, hip. It's just the same joke over and over again. And it got really annoying. The ending's really lame and annoying. Didn't really like this movie. It really bothered me. Bad. That being said, a lot of these movies really aren't that terrible. Like, I think that these 3 so far have been 1-star movies, and they're just like they're bad, but like I didn't like hate a lot of movies this year. Number 7, I'm kind of gonna go through this one quickly because I really don't have much to say about it. We have My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. It's kind of like an Adam Sandler movie where we're just watching them go on vacation. We're trying to see the homeland or something because the mom has Alzheimer's, and they're trying to see where their dad grew up and spread his ashes, or see his friends, maybe give a note or something. I don't remember. But it's just very clear that none of this like was planned or matters. It just really feels like an encore of a thing. You know how like Friends had that like reunion thing? Just do that instead. Don't waste my time and be like, hey, we got a new movie for you guys. My mom didn't hate this movie, but she did say it's the worst of the franchise. And my mom loves these movies. It was just cringe and annoying. There's a lot of focus on like the daughter and her relationship or with some guy or whatever. That was really annoying, useless. This movie was like, bleh. Number 6, we have a movie that I support existing, but I hated this one. We have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I think that's what it's called. I did not like this movie very much at all. They do not take advantage of the concept very much. I really enjoyed the mean one, even though it's a mean one. You're a mean one. It's not, you're the mean one. But yeah, they didn't really do much with the concept here. They're very far away. It's not even a bear. It's a guy in just like a mask, and he's not even wearing the correct clothes and whatnot. And then there's all these girls that are just, I don't care about anything that was going on in this movie at all. It really lost me after that opening like animated prologue bit. It wasn't scary. It had nothing else to offer. So you just kind of took a franchise. I love Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh. Those 2 movies are fucking perfect. But yeah, you took a franchise that I love and you just kind of did nothing with it. Like, you could have totally like made like a good version of this movie, I feel like, or a better version, at least like a passable version. But they just seem to have like very little to no imagination or care when addressing this concept whatsoever. Now we're getting to movies that really piss me off, man. Number 5, we have a movie that I really was disappointed in because I really was excited about this. We have Charlie Day's Fool's Paradise. He's just a mute guy, just like some random bum, I guess. I don't remember a lot about this movie because I really hated it. Adrian Brody's probably the best part about it because he starts to be in the industry because Ken Jeong, in his most annoying performance ever, he sucks in this movie. He's like trying to exploit, he sucks as an agent, and so no one really wants him, but he like kind of like latches on to Charlie Day, and Charlie Day, through his whimsical like silentness, just happens to like succeed. He's like failing upwards. But yeah, I just found this movie really annoying. And then it was annoying because I'm a really big fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so I had really high expectations for this movie. So for it to be as unfunny and specifically as annoying as it is was a really big letdown. Not to mention it kind of felt like Nepo-y a little bit, just because there's like little roles for each one of his friends, and I was just like, ugh. I see all the little side characters from Always Sunny in there, and I'm like, oh, you were just hiring your friends, weren't you? And like, I like them, but like, annoying and bad and lame. At number 4, this is a movie that's actually really positively reviewed, but I can't stand it, and I never want to know that it exists again. It's Leo. Leo is the movie where like Adam Sandler plays like a little lizard dude, and he has a buddy, Bill Burr, is a little turtle dude, and they like are in a classroom and they're really old, and he's like struggling with his mortality, and he's like, I want to see the world, be an adventurer and whatnot. So he does that by that, like, there's a new substitute teacher, and she's like, oh, someone's going to volunteer to take home the class pet every day or week, whatever, and you got to take care of it. So when he goes home with the kid, he gives them like advice, but the advice usually comes in song form. This is a musical. I hate Adam Sandler when he's doing his stuff. Like, I love Uncut Gems and Punch Drunk Love. Everything else sucks. I recently watched that 8 Crazy Nights, and besides the that's a technical foul, everything else is so annoying. I mean, that song sucks, but it sucks so bad that it's like really awesome. But Leo, he's just doing this like, I don't know what you're doing today. That's not a great impression, but you know, he's just doing that like annoying voice, and he's singing in it too, and then these kids are singing, and there's jokes about drones and shit. It was super lame. The animation sucks. It goes way off the rails. It's way too long. This movie was a pain to get through. Fuck Adam Sandler, fuck his Netflix content, fuck him, honestly. The final three is where I really feel like these are definitively like my least favorite movies of the year, but number 3, we had Ghosted. This is Ana de Armas and Chris Evans. Chris Evans is just a little guy who loves his plants and stuff, and he's going through a breakup, and Ana de Armas is a spy, and, you know, they start a thing, but she ghosts him, but he realizes she ghosted him because she's a spy, and she was doing a spy mission, fuck this movie. This is like the Red Notice of this year. It's just another fake movie. This doesn't exist. You know when you're watching a movie and the characters in the movie are going to like go watch a movie, you know, and like you see like the fake posters and shit? This is that fake movie, man. This doesn't exist. It feels like such an AI formulaic, like in a bad way. We literally just was like, oh AI, just shit out a movie with us, please. Take big movie star man, big movie star female, put them together, make it an action romance thing. There you go. This movie sucks. It's not funny. The romance isn't good. It's a fake movie. It's not real. Stop making these. Number 2, we have a movie that I previously gave 2 stars to, and I wrote the longest Letterboxd review I will ever write in my life talking about this movie because I was so enamored by the release of this movie and the reception from the public. We have The Sound of Freedom. Now, when I watched this movie in a theater, a very packed theater, weeks after it came out, I just said, oh, it's just a regular bad movie. But no, this movie really does suck. It's really, like, not good for people. Like, all the noise around it is so terrible, and everything that it's inspired, like, all these other Angel Studios movies with, like, the little QR code at the end where the director comes out and was like, hey, please give us more money, please. I know you just spent money on this bad movie, but, like, can you pay for other people to go see it so then they can go talk about it? And even if they don't go see it, who cares? Just give us more fucking money. I hate child sex traffickers. I hate them. I hate when children get child sex trafficked. No one is pro child sex trafficking, but this movie's fucking brilliant, man. Because if you hate this movie, you're a pedophile. It's kind of like how Disney's like making like stuff like with like female leads and minority leads and whatnot, and they're just like, ooh, see, if you hate us, then you hate black people and women. But yeah, I just really thought that everything about the release of this movie was really brilliant. I thought it was lightning in a bottle. Like, it made $100 million domestically, over $100 million domestically. It's like bad in like a Liam Neeson action movie kind of way where it's like wish fulfillment. You know, it's a Republican wish fulfillment. It's just a bad movie. And if you love this movie, that's great. I'm so happy that you love this movie. If this movie did do anything to stop or slow child sex trafficking, then I guess it's worth it. But my number 1 most hated movie of the year, this is my only half-star movie, and actually half star is because I 0 star. I can't put 0 stars on Letterboxd, so I just put them as half. But I didn't have any 0-star movies this year. Nothing really pissed me off. I guess I'm just a pretty happy guy. My least favorite movie of the year was 1 star. I brought it down to 0 because it pisses me off so much. I hated Peter Pan and Wendy. This movie sucks balls. I didn't have expectations, but I respect David Lowery a lot. Pete's Dragon's fine. He knows what he's doing. I love A Ghost Story. I love The Old Man and the Gun, and for him to take a paycheck like this and just totally phone it in is so annoying. Everything sucks about this movie. I just remember it being like so devoid of color, I think, and it's like the Captain Hook, their rendition of him, I think it's Jude Law. He sucks, man. He's so like gross. I remember the thing about Captain Hook from the original, like that I love so much, is he's such a like, you know, he enjoys being a bad guy. He's having a great time. He's so done up and everything. And here he's like so slimy and gross. There's been so many live action adaptations of this story that it's just really wore me down. And I don't even think I watched this, and I previously had only seen like the animated Peter Pan, maybe the sequel to the animated Peter Pan, Hook. That's pretty much it. So I watched Pan, I watched Peter Pan, I watched something else. I know I watched 3. I don't remember, but most of them are bad, and this one's like the worst one. Stop doing these live action remakes, Disney. They suck. Really stop making them and then just shitting them out on Disney Plus, because it just really shows how much you don't give a fuck. David Lowery is in jail. He's in director jail, if you ask me. I know he's doing something with Anne Hathaway, something maybe with music, maybe. I'm not even positive. Fuck him. I don't care. I'm sure I'll like that movie, but until then, David Lowery, fuck you. You are a loser, piece of shit. I love A Ghost Story. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love The Old Man and the Gun. So for you to sell out like that, wow, you really let me down, bro. That's it. Thank you so much for hating movies this year. I hate movies. Movies suck. They're the worst, but watch them. Watch all of them, especially if they're bad. Like, go watch them, you know? Watch all of these movies. Which of these movies is your favorite? Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what your favorite movie from my list of 10 worst. What am I wrong about? What am I missing? What should be on here that's not on here? And tell me what your least favorite movie of the year was. Movie's bad.